Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. That's Javier in the air, not on the air. I don't know who that other guy is. So, for those of you who may have not seen my show before, welcome. Welcome to Javier in the Air, which can be found on your local YouTube channel under Javier in the Air. Hey, what about that? So, um, we're going to try to keep this one, like I've been trying to keep all the other ones, about 30 minutes or so. I found that to be a sweet spot as far as keeping everyone's attention span on here. Plus, you'll be able to go back and forth. I'm going to start trying to see if I can add time labels so that you can actually hit the spots that you really want to go to, though I would hope that you'd like to watch the entire episode. So this was a good week. We're on episode 14 now. Today is the 16th of April. So you made it past the taxes. So I'm hoping that you got that done. If not, I hope you filed the extension because otherwise you're pretty much screwed. So let's go into. I managed to get 2 days this week walking. I did a lot of work for the brunch that I had today, which I'll show you. But let's go straight into Trash in the Hood and let's see about those 2 days that I got. Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood. So here we are, week 38 of my walking and picking up trash in the neighborhood. This trek had been a couple days since I went on this route, and as you can see there's a big old food to go container, bunch of water bottles, a couple of cigarette packets, a can of chaw empty, cigarette butts as always, and then broken food to go beverage containers and a bunch of other stuff. Now this was day 2, and it was rather interesting. I actually went by Hatch Pond, and this is where I found some of this. Again, cigarette packages, a coffee filter, vape pen, a squishy softball that probably somebody left behind that they were playing fetch with their dog, some cigarette butts, and then underneath it was an entire red half-price bookstore book bag. Like, not a book bag, just like a little bag like they offer now instead of plastic bags. So again, was a kind of a crazy pickup trash in the hood this week. And there you go, trash in the hood. So, like I said, I only made it 2 days out this week because I was working on getting the backyard looking fantastic for the brunch that I had yesterday. So yesterday I had a brunch. I apologize I didn't send out all the invites to everyone that I was hoping to, but I got a good amount of people there. I got about 11 people, so it worked out really nice. Wasn't too hot. Got hot later on. Kind of got burned. I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? There's like a red patch somewhere here from when I was sitting out in the sun, hanging out and shooting the breeze with some of my coworkers and friends that are coworkers, and had a wonderful time. And I think everybody else had a good time too. So I'm going to show some pictures of that in a minute, including a fantastic quilt that neighbor Zaida Pavlovsky did for a friend of mine, Julia Takashita, of the Takashitas fame. And so it's really cool that what we had out there yesterday. So on tax day, no less. So actually, why don't we just go to the brunch instead? Let's do the brunch now, and then we'll hit back on some of the other sections. Okay, so there we were brunching it up yesterday, 4:15. There's Julia with her friend Christy and her husband James on both sides of her, as she received this nice gift that Zaida Pavlovsky made for her. For those of you who may not have watched previous episodes or the other YouTube video that I did showing off her skills, Zaida is a great quiltist or quilter. I don't know which way you would go, and so made this beautiful ultra pink quilt. Now, for those of you who may not know Julia Takashita, she totally loves the color pink, and so Zaida thought it would be cool to make this quilt for her. And as you see there, as it unfolds, it's a really large, good-sized quilt for what was done with it, with all the patterns and everything. It turned out really nice. And there's further expansion of it. And I also just realized that I didn't have much of the brunch food out there. So there's the guys enjoying some rum runners and some stuff like that, some soda, but mostly rum runners. There's James P out there coming out from inside the house. As you see, he's opening up a bottle of champagne. So good for him. He started the mimosas later on than when we started drinking the rum runners. So there's a few of us hanging around there. We got to our eating, and it turned out really good. And so I'll tell you more here in a second about the food that we got. So, like I mentioned there, I forgot to take photos of the food, unfortunately, but we had a great spread. So we had some half melon bowls filled with fresh fruit from Zyda, also a great olive bread. I made almost like a pizza style, but like flatbread, was really good. We also had some um, ham and cheese type thing that Zyda made. I'm sorry that I can't remember what was in there, but they were good. We had some croissants from Julia and that crowd, and some coffee drinks. We also had some other drinks, like Sam brought the rum runners, which I had way too many of yesterday during the day. Day drinking, it'll get you over the age of 40. It starts to put the hurt on you, but I did it anyway. Also did some. I made some homemade baked triple berry donuts that had a triple berry glaze on it. That was tough to say. Also made a German apple pancake, which I call a German crisp apple pancake because it had, rather than just the straightforward apples, I had Ever Crisp, Honey Crisp, Cosmic Crisp, and then something called Wild Twist. So 4 different types of apples were in there. Turned out very good. We also had some other mix and match of stuff as well. Some great egg muffins, and then banana nut muffins from Membo and Borga. So we had plenty of food out there, and thankfully most of it was gone before everyone left, so I didn't become a pig and just eat and eat and eat. So it turned out very well. A lot of people were there. So the next time we're still looking at doing um, African beer. So if we can get something going in May, it turned out to be really good. So let's go ahead and go now to our, let's see, why don't we do a bottom line, quick one, still trying to keep under 30, and we'll see what we get. So here's the bottom line. Dark Frog Social Media presents Bottom Line, Living Your Dream, The Downside. Hey everyone, welcome to the bottom line. So today we're going to talk a little bit about living your dream, the downside. So everybody talks about, and you see inspiration posters and you see little inspiration videos and you see people that say this about live your dream. If you dream that you want to be a poet, live your dream. You dream that you want to be an engineer, live your dream. If you want to be an astronaut, live your dream. Whatever you say you really feel passionate that you want to do, live your dream. Now, I'm all for that, with the caveat that you understand that your dream may come at a lot of cost dealing with other things. For example, if you're a architect making 6 figures a year, doing very well, own your own architectural firm or work for an architectural firm, and you're doing fantastic, and you're making ends meet like more than necessary, excuse me, and then you want to become a writer. Very well, live your dream. If you want to become a writer, now there's some caveats and some things you have to worry about when you become a writer. So one, if you quit your job altogether to become a writer, you may not have as much money as you once had. It may be more difficult than you thought. Maybe you didn't put together, a list of things that you wanted to brainstorm about and do things and think about, how am I going to do as a writer? What am I going to do as a writer? So there may be some lean time. So a lot of these inspirational things and the people giving great advice about living your dream, they never talk about the cost of living your dream. If you're used to living on a certain financial level, some of these things that are your dream may not work out. Also, some of the things physically, say physically you're incapable to be able to pass what it would be a NASA or a SpaceX astronaut training regimen. Then either you spend a lot of your time trying to get there, or you just may never be able to get there, which is unfortunate. But that was your dream. So there is a lot of downsides to that. Again, the financial aspect of it, the mental aspect of it. Are you single? Do you have a family? If you have a family, how will they be able to provide for themselves if you take on a role for something that you love, that you've always wanted to dream, that you've dreamt of time and time again, but it doesn't pay the bills? Is your family ready to be able to take on additional financial debts that they may occur while you try to live your dream? And if that's the case, what about their dream? Maybe they don't want to be the breadwinner for the family and they want to be their own dream. Maybe they want to be a chef and so they have to go to school because they've never done anything like that before. So, here's the thing. If you want to live out your dream, which I totally agree that one should at least try once in their lives to live out their dream, then prepare yourself, either or actually financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, however you want to need to be prepared for the dream that you want to live, then you need to do that first. So just because you want to go and be a member of the Ren Fair that goes around with no other job other than to do that, which I don't think a lot of people do, but there are some, and say you want to do that, that's fine. I say live your dream. However, be prepared that you may not be able to make ends meet financially, especially if you were living at a certain level and now you're down at another level. What does that mean for your family? What does that mean for your friends? Are you having to take care of them? Do you have a family that relies on you being the breadwinner? So there is a lot of things that you need to think about and do before you go and live your dream. So the bottom line is this: prepare on all levels before you live your dream, because that dream may sometimes turn into a nightmare. And that's the bottom line. And there you have it. If you have any thoughts and suggestions and comments and concerns about any section of the podcast, Javier in the Air, then please be sure and send me a note. Respond to my YouTube channel, Javier in the Air. Find me on YouTube by my handle, Javier in the Air 01. Reach out to me on Instagram. Sometimes I'm on TikTok. Reach out to me on Facebook. If you have my phone number, text me or call me. Do what you have to do. If you really have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, concerns for the show, and I'll do what I can to see what I can do for the show. So let's now go into, I think we're still doing well on time, so let's go into our Zen moment. Breathe. Just breathe. Listen to the sounds around you as they float over you and through you and beyond you. For you are more than just you realize, more than anyone else can ever realize. As long as you can sit still and think about who you are in your place in this little corner of the little dot of the universe, then you can sit there and breathe. Very nice Zen moment today. Thank you, Jay Anderson, for that one. Now let's go into our one of our most commented on sections so far, and that is healthy after 50. Dark Frog Social Media presents Healthy After 50. Hey everybody, welcome to Healthy After 50. So today's episode, I've been hitting a lot of different places and this and that, but I think I'm going to talk a little bit about mental acuity and meditation and stuff like that. We talked about yoga and we talked about Tai Chi and we talked about that sort of thing, which is great for you both mentally and physically. But I want to take a little moment to just talk a little bit about meditation. So hopefully you've listened to the Zen Moment that was just happening. If not, you can go back and check it now that you hear it from me here. And one of the things that has happened throughout your lifetime is that you get very busy. And that busyness tends to lead towards some good things, keeps you mentally active, keeps your mind going, but it also does wear and tear on your mind and wear and tear on your body and all that. And you have to relearn to be calm. So I know a lot of people who do a great job at that. You have to remember once you retire, there's still should be a large number of years left in your life. And what are you going to do? Well, you have to learn that things are going to slow down just naturally because you don't have a 40-hour week anymore. You don't have to drive into the office. You don't have to log into a computer until you want to. And so that changes a person. Now, you spent most of your life learning, training yourself mentally and physically to get up at a certain time, drive to your office, log into your computer, have to deal with coworkers, some of them nice, some of them not, and so you've been training and training and training and training. Well, now it's time to undo or relearn something different. So what you can do, which I recommend, is after you retire or even before you retire, on the weekends, start learning to be calm and restful. So what I mean by that is that if you're on the go all the time and then you no longer have that time, or before you know that time is coming where you're going to have a lot less to do, sit outside one morning, even sit at your chair inside, whichever works for you. But if it's a nice day out and you don't have to work that day, or even if you do have to work that day, step outside, sit on your chair, sit on your bench, sit somewhere where it's nice. And hopefully the weather's nice too. Don't go out there if it's like storming, raining, unless that's what you like. And sit there and be calm. Put away your book, put away your phone, put away your laptop, put away anything that can be a distraction that will get your mind all revved up again. We're bringing everything down. So, deep breaths, remain calm, and relax your mind. I'm not saying your mind's going to decay or go into decay. I'm not saying that you're not going to have a lot of things to do once you retire or get older, which you will. But you have to learn to be relaxed and calm. If you can do that for 5 minutes a day, I guarantee you will have a much easier transition to the retirement life. Thanks very much. Okay, and now, last but not least, spirit time. Dark Frog Social Media presents Spirit Time. This week, Loverboy Espresso Martini. Hey everybody, welcome to Spirit Time. This week, Loverboy Espresso Martini. So this is my first time trying this. I also like to thank the Boutique, as always, being there for me when I need them. And last week I picked up a lot of beers so that I can have plenty to test over the next couple of weeks. So thanks to Scott and family for that. I appreciate it, as always. Great beer that I found that I showed last week on the show. And here's one that I did show. that now I'm going to try. So this is called Loverboy. That's why I have my glasses on too, otherwise I can't read it. Espresso Martini. It is called a wine cocktail. It is 12% ABV in a tiny can. This is other than standard orange wine with natural flavors. So that's interesting. Packed by Loverboy Incorporated, out of Toledo, Ohio. So hey, hello out there to Toledo. There's a QR code on it. It says scan to get the facts, but I'm okay without it. And 2 drinks per can, no less. So, and only 4 grams of sugar. So here is the Loverboy Espresso Martini, and there's, if you want, you can even get the QR code off it. I think you might be able to scan it if I do it right. Maybe not, it's a little bit blurry. So I can take my glasses off now. Alright, so here we go. Let's give it a shot. I am not overly huge fan of martinis, only because I don't like gin. And so I know a lot of martinis now are no longer no longer have gin in them, which of course this one probably does not because it's espresso. And it doesn't say it has gin in it. So let's try it out. Get handy dandy trusty Spirit Time glass. Well, it definitely pours like a mocha, almost like a chocolate milk. So almost like a chocolate milk. As you see here, looks like muddy water. Let's give it a try. First of all, real heavy on the espresso smell. Even before I take a sip, the espresso comes through. Very strong aroma permeating and into the nostrils. Let me try another sip before I give my opinion here. Okay, Loverboy Incorporated. I have to say, I'm sorry, I'm not thrilled with this taste. The espresso tastes good. It smells fantastic. But whatever else is in there, I don't know if it says orange wine. I don't know if it is an orange wine. I don't know what kind of wine it is exactly. It is a wine cocktail. But there's some sort of odd kick to it that I don't find very refreshing or very flavorful. I have to say I'm quite disappointed. I thought it would be a little bit better and I thought it would taste better, but it actually doesn't. So I'm going to have to give this a 4. A 4 out of 10 thumbs up. And we'll leave it at that. Now, of course, the makers of Loverboy, out in Toledo, if you want to offer a differing opinion, you want to directly contest my opinion, you're more than happy to let me know, and I'll get you on the show, and we'll talk about why maybe I gave it a 4 and not more, or perhaps you have another example or some other examples of your brand that you'd like me to try so that we can rate those. But I'm going to stick with my 4 for now. I'm going to stick to my guns and give it a 4 out of 10. So that was Loverboy's Espresso Martini. And that's it for Spirit Time. Thanks a lot, everyone. And that is it, everyone. That's our show for today, April 16th. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any particular part of it that you really like, please let me know. Any thoughts, comments, or suggestions or concerns, again, let me know as well. You can leave me a note here on YouTube, or you can get a hold of me however you know to get a hold of me. I'm always looking for mom and pop businesses to interview and to promote on my show. By promotion, I mean just get them on the show. You're not going to pay me anything. I do this for free. And then also, if anybody would like to be on the show and talk about something that they're passionate about, arts and crafts, or maybe a book, or maybe a movie, or something that you particularly find that you are passionate about, then let's talk about it and get you on the show. Also, if you'd like to be a co-host, let me know, and I'll definitely put you on the show, and we can go back and forth, talk about certain topics, and then we have you back on the show as much as we could, as much as you wanted to be on. Other than that, I hope you have a good week. I hope you had a good tax day and you got all your taxes done. And I will see everybody again next week. Thanks a lot, everyone.